Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector, and we'll get started on our next multiplayer matchup. I'm going to be playing the Scrapyard. It's an Exterminatus objective, so something a little bit different here. 2,000 points. We're going to be playing against the Blood Angels, and I'm going to be playing as the Orcs. And it's a 80-point target with an unlimited turn limit. Now I'm going to do something kind of stupid here, which I would not generally recommend. And what I'm going to do is pretty much build out a full melee force, just to force myself to play around with those orc boys with sluggas now, because I think they're actually going to be pretty decent against these space marines, because they have pretty decent health, especially if they've been buffed up with the pain boys and war bosses and things. But what I may end up losing this, because if he does a vehicle heavy build with a lot of range, he's just going to be able to kite me all over the map, because I won't have my Ludas with the big guns here. So what I'll do is I'll try to use this to my advantage here and just have a big death blob going. So I've got 2 war bosses, a weird boy to buff my guys. I then went with the knobs with the power claws here, 3 pain boys to give me some healing and increased HP, the war bikes for some mobility and good shooting, and then I just maxed out the boys with the choppas here just to keep things going. But you would definitely not want to play a match like this. You would want to have at least some of your Ludas there to be able to shoot on the vehicles. But we'll see. It's just for fun. I wanted to try something a little bit different here, and I've been kind of neglecting the boys with the sluggas, so I wanted to see what they were going to be like. And since it's unlimited turns here, we're just going to keep our big death blob together. Now, perhaps you could make an argument that I should have gone with at least one big mech here. That way I could have some range damage reduction too, or the double death dreads with the big shootas, because those are technically melee too, but with their big shootas that'll allow them to have significant range to be able to get some kills. But I just wanted to play with the melee boys for a little bit. Like I said, I wanted to do something a little bit different here. So we'll see if we're going to be able to make this happen or not. My hope is that by giving myself a big death blob, I should be able to stack the get in with the boys ability to get a bunch of momentum, hopefully. And that might allow them to be able to surge and get momentum to help hopefully put my guys into a little better situation. Now, unfortunately, the Space Marines are actually exceptionally good at sniping down the orc heroes, so I also have to kind of play around here. It's like I gotta kind of kite him a little bit here. Hopefully he overextends, because most Space Blood Angel players will. Orcs always win, even when we don't. Yeah, let's just keep moving everybody up here. Ready to boss the boys. We'll do a very jump infantry build, and so my hope is that he'll jump into this big melee blob, because if he does that, oh boy, is that going to play into our strength, because we should just be able to just totally swarm him if that occurs and just kill all of his units, because we will definitely be able to outdamage him if that's what he does. I don't know if this is a newer player or not is the only thing. Let's go, lads. So most experienced players will not do that. I think I've played this guy before, but I don't really recall. The name looked a little bit familiar. But we'll just kind of slowly move all of our guys up here. My other hope is that maybe he'll split his forces up, and we could use that to our advantage as well. If you say so. But the alternative is this could really bite me in the butt, because if he decides to split up his forces into the jump infantry, then he'll be able to jump over all the obstacles here on the right side. And I will not. Okay, so he's doing... I can't tell if that was a land speeder or a tornado. I didn't get to see if it had an underweapon or not. No beauties over there. Be with you in a minute. I can't tell. It looks like it's armored like a tornado. Yes, he's got an Invictus warsuit. Those are actually surprisingly good against the orcs. Okay, yeah, he does have a flamer, I think. Okay, yep. And he's got a predator. He's doing the hell blasters with the heavy plasma incinerators, which makes perfect sense. So he can snipe my leaders. Yeah. Alright. Well, Maybe we just move you up and try to get a little more vision. He's doing the jump infantry build. I don't really see much for hand flamers here. So we got that going for us. I think we probably just want to move in here right away and start engaging that tornado, because it should be overextended and that should allow us to charge in here. So the question is, do I start working on my death blob here? Alright. Oh, okay. That could have been foolish. That just got through that extra HP. I don't see any more hell blasters over here. Unfortunately, I'm going to need the knobs to be in the front line to be able to engage enemy units. And then we'll use the Slugger Boys to soak up the Overwatch, I think is the way to go.
Let's go, lads.
Gotta send at least one of these guys over here, unfortunately.
Yeah? What? I think I can stitch that.
Well, the question is how far do I bring them? I think we want to come all the way up. That way we can just totally block everything. Bring you to here. I think I need to bring you over to here so you can heal a little bit more, since we did take some damage. There you go, they're back up. And then I think we're just gonna move you up to here. See, the question is do I want you to be overwatched with your Sluggas? Because if he tries to do a charge attack, I might be able to suppress him. But even if I suppress him, he'll probably just chuck a crack grenade in my face. All right, let's run you up to here. And you know what else I probably should have done? Is I probably should have popped that smoke to give him 15% evasion prior to moving him and eating that Overwatch, because I think there's a good chance we might have avoided that damage had I done that. Because now, unfortunately, these guys are going to be out of range of the Pain Boy. And I want to kill this guy because that heavy flamer will absolutely annihilate my forces.
Sure thing, boss. Ready to saw bones.
Well, let's move you back to here. If I move you to here, you should be able to get the kill, right? There you go. Good. And I need you to stay within 2 tiles here. So that should still be in range. Alright, and then for you...
Orcs always win, even when we don't.
I gotta be careful about these war bosses. I feel like if I kid him here, then that should give you opportunity to attack multiple guys if I can't fill it up. But then if I move you to the front, then you're gonna be easier to get into engagements with these other guys. Alright, we'll just put you on Overwatch, I guess. So we gotta kind of mix it around here with making sure our rears are not exposed, because he'll be able to jump through here. Alright, we'll do that.
Yeah? What? It's our time.
I don't really want you to be next to all those bikes, because if he decides that he wants to kill the bikes, he's just going to explode that in your face and do a bunch of damage. Most players will focus their attacks onto the Pain Boys, So maybe we do that. And then we just keep
think
the
I can
war
stick that
bosses
way.
back because they've been buffed so much with their ranged attacks. They're actually quite dangerous. I'm not sure if he was overwatching with his death company or if he had moved them up or not. Because if he did put them on overwatch and not using up all their
Coming this way
action
will get 'em
points,
killed.
then they actually start losing that momentum that they start out with. Which is one of the things that you're paying your extra points for, not only for some more health and a little more armor, but also for that momentum, because if you effectively just give them the Chalice of Blood,
We was made to
then you can
fight,
get a
so
second
let's
round of
fight.
attacks if you get some kills. And then if you give them the hand flamers and you were to kill the orcs, then they could stack up all those blood range abilities. But because the orcs are so meaty
Our names
with
usually
all
be-
their HP, that can actually be kind of difficult.
What
But
now?
what I don't want is for him to jump over here and grenade my HQ guys to death, because that would definitely be a bad day.
Ready to bust the boys.
So we're just going to see how aggressive he's going to be. Alright. So he must have a sanguinary priest over there, because I think I just saw that red icon, which is giving him additional 25% melee attack. Yeah, see, there he is. Yep, there you go. Yeah, he's going to shoot down a knob. Grenade. You'd want to start with that, actually. So that way you have your other weapons shooting more into it. Alright, and he's pulling back. Yep, so he's going to kite me, just like we thought. Yeah, here comes the Predator, but he's prudently keeping it back. That way I can't just kill it the next turn with all my melee boys. Alright, here come the Death Company. And they're going to attack the Pain Boy. Yep, I thought that might happen, so I turned him. So he'll be able to fight. And actually, they missed a surprising amount of attacks there. I maybe had my war bosses shooting a little bit far with their overwatches here. Because I really probably should have gotten some better kills. So they're going to attack here. Nice. Alright, well that's working out well. So now he's got two of them overextended. Alright. There's another one. He's just going to throw a crack grenade, I bet. Nope, maybe. Yep. Okay, that's what I thought. So they're down and even critted. So that would have been an excellent crack. Alright, I hear more buffs coming in. I'm just not sure what they are. Okay, here come some more Assault Marines. He's going to try to attack my Pain Boy, I'm guessing? Yeah. Alright, smack him back. Gonna finish him off. Maybe? No, he's attacking my war bikes. Interesting. Alright, here comes another Death Company. Yeah, he's gonna attack the rear. That's what you want to do since they're facing the wrong direction. I probably should have thought of that and had them facing the other way. Okay, here come some Hell Blasters with the Heavy Plasma Incinerator. Alright, here comes some more Death Company. So yeah, they were split a little bit. Alright. He just used up his jetpack, so that's nice. He's going to attack the war bike, I'm guessing. Yeah. Alright, so that'll explode and do damage to everybody around there. Alright, this is actually going to work out pretty well, so I think I can actually just run in here with my war boss.
Let's get moving.
And probably start killing these guys.
This is more like it.
Nice. So they're down. And then it's like he could definitely kill there, but I kind of want him to fight the Death Company because I need to get those other war bikes free. How do I want to do this? These guys are facing the wrong direction. You got a 75% chance to hit.
Ready to bust the boys.
Alright, well, these guys are going to be pretty powerful, so let's just go here. Okay, good. And these guys are going to kill. Kind of would have preferred that to be the other way, but it is what it is. Let's see, you're getting blocked. If I move you, you're going to get... Alright. Do I pull you back? I mean, there's guys over here. Let's just move you up here and kill these guys. Alright, they're down. Now, you could get the kill there, probably. I think this death company is the biggest issue because they have not only a lot of health, but a lot of armor, too. Alright, we're now up to 1. So, had I done this a little differently, I could have given myself all those extra shots. Alright, let's have you guys attack here. And then hopefully you guys will get the kill. Okay, you did. And I'll run you up to here. And you guys... Oh, shit. Mistakes were made. I forgot that you had already attacked. So I guess we'll hit here. Oh, you missed. Alright, that's more unfortunate. Well, I think we probably just need to start advancing you guys.
It's our time.
Alright, let's move you up 1.
Orcs always win, even when we don't.
Alright, here. We'll bring you over to here.
Moving and leading.
And then you can come over to here.
Let's get moving.
And then you can do this and attack here, and you might actually get the kill. If not, you can follow it up. Okay, good. Well, I guess you're going to just shoot here then. Kind of a waste of an attack, but I think everything else is kind of out of range for you. Alright, we'll move you over here. Let you start healing these guys up. And then you can run over here. And then you're going to be out of range for most stuff. Let's just start advancing you guys forward.
Ready to saw boats.
Alright, you're still over here. So let's get you to heal these guys. Now, he does have his sanguinary priest kind of exposed up here. Alright, I do want to try to bait him into killing these guys, so let's just move you all up into here, and that should also give some bonus HP. So let's move you up to here. We've taken out 34% of his forces. Let's give you the bonus shots. Seems kind of ironic to do this with melee army, but I think between these two war bikes here, I should be able to kill that sanguinary priest. And that is his HQ commander. Oh, if I would have just moved him 1 square forward, I would have got the kill and not have to waste another attack. Alright, well, if I run you up to here, then we can lock down those Hellblasters. If I run you to here, I think we should just advance and try to guarantee the kill, but that's probably an overkill. And we'll move you up 1.
It's our time.
Try to protect their rear.
Can
Move probably you over to here.
Orcs always win, even when we don't. Yeah? What?
Alright, turn you. You're still out of range. I guess let's just charge you forward. Ah, shit. You know what I could have been doing is using that rocket attack. I always forget that he has that now. Alright, because it's actually been buffed up, so before it used to be pretty hard to hit with it, but now it's actually very accurate. So yeah, that was kind of a mistake, because I could have used that to really nuke some of those guys, and then finish them off. Yeah, so here comes another death company, and he's going to kill my pain boy. Yeah. But thankfully he doesn't have enough momentum. Alright. Crack grenade? Yeah. That won't be enough to kill a knob, though. Why? I guess he doesn't want to move him up further to get him killed because he knows I'm trying to snipe him now. Alright. Are you gonna fight me head to head? Okay, so what you'd want to do is a charging attack instead of that, because then I wouldn't have been able to counterattack him. Alright. He got away. Alright, good. That's probably gonna kill that bike, actually. Yeah, I was gonna say, that looked like it was a pretty accurate setup there. Yeah, he's gonna keep shooting. Now he's gonna almost kill two of them because he's not getting pain boy buffs.
Right through the armor.
That damn predator is gonna be a problem. Okay, it looks like he's got another tornado land speeder here with a heavy flamer, so that's gonna be a problem too. Alright, well, I think it's going to take 2 attacks with the war boss to kill these guys. So let's just attack. Yeah, see, it is going to be 2. That's what I thought. So let's hit here. Okay, there's a death company down. Definitely worth getting that killed. I guess we're just going to keep charging you forward to try to get these guys cornered. The problem with this, though, is it's stopping me from being able to stack up my mob rules to get that momentum. That was one of the big advantages I thought I was going to have here. Alright, so those guys are down.
Let's go, lads.
Let's get you over to here. And can't really charge in there, can I? You could charge here. You could charge through there, too. Okay. Maybe we just lob a bunch of grenades? I don't remember how many grenades, because the orcs actually have some of the most powerful grenades. This should be able to get the kill here.
Raring to go. Orcs best.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the kill to be able to charge through.
Sidewalk legs ready to go. This may sting a bit.
Alright, good. Yeah. I don't think you're gonna be in range. No.
I think I can stitch that back.
These guys are still over here.
Orcs always win, even when we don't.
How do I want to do this?
Red ones,
Well, if I can't move through and do anything else with you, maybe I try to feed you some kills. Alright, I was kind of hoping you were going to get the kill there, but that was not the case. Alright, those guys are down. We'll just charge you through here and force him to attack those guys.
It's our time. Taking hits.
Yeah, it's pretty lame damage. Alright. Well, those guys are already almost dead. Let's bring the war boss over to here.
Ready to
Yes, let's bring you guys over to here.
What now?
I don't think it makes a lot of sense to...
I think I can stitch that back.
I could run you over here. Maybe that could kill the...
old ways is best.
I hate to keep wasting these abilities, but if I can kill a Hellblaster unit, that'll be pretty big, so then I don't have to worry about him sniping my... Alright, that wasn't too bad. Sniping my heroes. He's probably going to come over here and flame these guys with a tornado, I imagine. Let's put you behind some cover. I think we pretty much got most of his ranged units down. Now, in retrospect, maybe what I should have done is with the war bosses, just moved them up here. What's your chance to hit with your rockets, I wonder? Yeah, it's 100%. Yeah, I forgot how much this has been buffed. So yeah, if I'd done that, I could have totally wiped out these Hellblasters. That's a bummer. Or I could have just fed them the experience from those, yeah, see, Heavy Flamer. Or fed them the experience to the Assault Marines, and I could have had another melee force down here to lock these guys down. Because I imagine he's probably going to pretty easily be able to kill these guys. Yeah, he's going to blow up that bike with the Hellblasters. Yeah, that'll blow up. Yep. And then finish him off. Yeah. Alright, well hopefully that tornado will be left out in the open so we can just kill that, although it did get his Heavy Flamer attack off, which is kind of what we were trying to prevent. We also need to be careful with that Sanguinary Priest that he doesn't start spawning in. Oh, I guess we don't have to worry about that. I was going to say spawning in Assault Marines to assassinate my Pain Boys and war bosses, but yeah, he's screwing my knobs up though. Ah, stop doing that. Yeah, see, he got the kill. Yikes. Alright, well.
It's our time.
Okay, good. We can get the knobs over here. Let's drop that land speeder, because he'll definitely be able to kite us. That should be able to just be a straight up kill without using your ability. Yep, good. Pull you over there.
Yeah? What? We was made to fight, so let's fight!
Let's see. That should be able to get you over to there, but then he's going to kill you in melee.
I knows you's looking at me. Let's get moving!
Alright, well, I think I probably should have,
Cyborg legs ready to go. What now?
probably should have healed those knobs before I moved them up here. So now we're going to have to use our heal on those little wusses over there. I can pop smoke and this, so that should help you run down those Hellblasters.
Red ones, go faster! What are we waiting for?
Okay.
Hogshe's best. I think I can stitch that back.
We just have to get it to 80%. So pretty much almost any of these guys, if I can kill them, should just about get us there. Whether it be the Predator or the Invictor Warsuit. Yeah, good damage. Now the only problem with this is it may encourage him to just run down with his Sanguinary Priest and start chain sorting these guys down. Yeah, I'm just worried that he's going to kill you, because I really need those war bosses to take out the vehicles and try to do some charge attacks, but there's just so many obstacles around here. It's making it damn hard for me to get to where I need to be. Well, let's just move you guys out and see if maybe we can bait him out into the open.
Okay, boss.
But if he plays it slow, since there's unlimited turns, he can win this if he just decides to keep to kiting me here, because I should not be able to catch him very easily.
We was made to fight, so let's...
As long as he keeps having obstacles in the way.
Something over there, useful for parts.
Did he just buff his units there instead of attacking me? It certainly looks like he just did the increased melee damage.
Right through the armor.
Alright, imagine you're gonna shoot the knobs, right?
We're under fire. Don't they know
Yeah.
who we are?
Ooh. And he used his increased movement afterwards to get away. What a jerk. Alright, well. You should be able to close the distance here. Honestly, if I can just kill these guys, I can avoid the other side, because there's more than enough to get a kill over here. Okay, there's that. You're gonna get punched in the face because I'm taking too long. Yep, there you go. Victor's down. I probably did that wrong. I should have just attacked twice with the war boss, and I could have ran over with the knobs and fought the sanguinary priest. I didn't really think that one through very well. Okay, there's those guys. We'll just run you over here. Problem we're gonna have is that sanguinary priest can probably flank me, but he shouldn't be able to get the kill.
I think I can stitch that back.
Alright. I don't think you're gonna be within finger jabbing range of that predator.
Let's get moving.
If I run you over to here, I wonder if you're going to be able to shoot your rockets into the Hellblasters. I could just regular shoot too. 100% chance to hit. Gosh, I just use the war boss so infrequently I forget that how much he's been buffed as a ranged unit.
It's our time.
Alright, let's move you into here and lock down that sanguinary priest. We're up to 70%, so pretty much if I kill those two guys, that should get me to 80.
What now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to blind these guys. Let's run you over and take out that Hellblaster just for the points. Okay, yep, that got me up to 77. Alright, well, let's run you over to here, but I'm pretty sure he's still going to be able to kill you next turn. But you did 100 damage to him, so that's not insignificant.
It's our time.
And then if he wastes his attack on those guys, then you should be able to get into range and start weakening him down with your blinding ability. Yeah, he's doing his strafing run. But if he would have just used his double melee attack, he could have killed those knobs with his chainsword. Yeah, see, he just killed 2 of them with that. And he could have ran away. Oh, I forgot his momentum was so high. Now he's gonna surge and kill my... You're dead. Yeah. That's a bummer. Well, either way, we should win this now, though. Alright, well, let's just get some kills here, I think. Start showing them who's the real war boss here. Squig attack. Show them who's boss. Big hit there. Can't believe I killed my war boss, or my weird boy here. Alright, well, either way. Pretty much, I think, when I get these kills here, this should pretty much be all I have to do. So let's just run you over here. Let's have you kill there. You can kill this guy here. That should get you above 80. Well, I guess it just stopped and ended it automatically once I got there. So, interesting play here. We took out 5 assault squads, 2 sanguinary priests, 4 death company, 1 blood angel and victor warsuit. It only gave me credit for one of the Hellblasters because the other one got killed once I was taking out the other guys. Then we took out 2 Landspeeder tornadoes. War boss had good accuracy both in melee and range here because he was even attacking at quite the distance. The knobs had 100% accuracy because I was attacking with their abilities. Pain Boy didn't do anything. Warbike only had 73, but was also kind of shooting awkwardly. The boys with the Chappas actually did pretty decent with their melee, good 80 to 96. I would actually expect it to be a little bit higher since I have double War Boss back up, but then they weren't exactly very close. The other Warbike had 53 accuracy, 74, so yeah, I was definitely shooting at weird angles there. Knobs had 100, 94, 100, 83, 92, and then hundreds, and 89 for their ranged attack. And then the other weird boy obviously didn't, or my weird boy didn't have any sort of percentages because he was straight up killed, which is a little bit unfortunate just from bad positioning. So it definitely worked. You can see how the death blob strategy just kind of gets out of hand, but it's easy to counter, especially if you're playing an exterminatus objective here, and you can kite the enemies as you're able to see. Now, unfortunately, he kind of backed himself into a corner, so he couldn't keep running, and so I was finally able to catch him. But if you're going to do like a big death blob ability, then you're going to want to have a pain boy, war boss if you're doing melee builds, a big mech if you're going to be able to get some range damage reduction. And now that they have the war trike hero, he would have given all my guys an additional movement, so that could have been potentially helpful. But because I wasn't going to use the Death Dreads, which is really what he's meant to be, kind of a vehicle and biker buffer, since I decided not to use him, I probably should do some missions with him. But for the most part, you want to have like a mixture. So the knobs by themselves definitely feel like they've been nerfed a little bit. They're not nearly as good as they used to be with their claws, because they don't have splash damage anymore. They did that to try to make the mega knobs become more powerful, because with their buzzsaws now they can do tons of splash damage, which makes them better. But because they're pretty easy to snipe and they have less movement, it's like generally the knobs are a better option, because you have the more health and the healing potential, and they have 5 models instead of 2, and with your pain boy they can just soak up more shots than the mega knobs can. Now if you're fighting a faction that doesn't have a lot of armor piercing, then certainly the mega armor knobs can be very good, especially if you're going to be locking guys into melee and then using their flamers. That can be very, very powerful. I was a little sloppy with my war bosses here. I was not setting them up right. It's just because I haven't used the war bosses very much, because I tend not to do that kind of build. But their rocket attack has been substantially buffed, as you can see here, with really good accuracy. In the past, it used to be like 60 to 70% chance to hit. It wasn't always going off, and it wasn't doing great damage. But now, as you can see, because the rockets have been buffed so much with that orc patch several months, I guess probably more than several months, but probably 6 months ago, it's much, much better. And so you can really weaken that up. So you can do one of the rocket attacks, and you can follow up with their Shuda, because now his big Shuda has splash damage, and so that can allow you to take units out. Or you can weaken them down and then feed units that are below half health to either your knobs or your other melee units to help them get up more momentum. And then you want to have all your boys together, so then you can get that mob rules to get the momentum buffs. And then ideally you'd have the war bosses close to the knobs and the boys with the chopper, so they're getting the increased melee damage and the melee accuracy, because it does stack now. Problem is you have to be within 2 to 3 squares of the war boss for that to get applied. And with him having the Hellblasters, the heavy plasma incinerators, those are like exceptional enemy single unit hero annihilators. So I was always worried he was going to be sniping down my heroes, because they cost so many points. And as we were playing an Exterminatus mission with 80 point targets, I assumed that's what he was going to want to do, especially with how aggressively he was attacking the pain boys. And now that is the right decision to attack the pain boys like that, because if you just let them run wild, especially if there's a bunch of knobs, you're talking about hundreds of additional HP that those units are going to have that you're going to have to shoot through to get the kills. And then you saw him beautifully kite me with his Predator there, and I just couldn't catch up and get enough damage. Now, thankfully, he had overextended his Landspeeder Tornadoes, because you can pretty regularly either almost kill knobs flat out with that heavy flamer, and if you can pull away, you can finish them off with that bolter. So as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of the Landspeeder Tornado. His build was not necessarily bad, it was just he overextended himself by jumping into the middle of my death blob there, and I was able to just turn my axes onto him and just chop him apart. Perhaps it would have made sense to... This is one of the matchups where it sometimes can make a little bit of sense to use the hand flamers. Because they have so much health, though, unless you're going to weaken them down, I generally don't. Because the trade-off for that is yes, the Death Company will get incredible amounts of damage the following turn, because they'll have 5 stacks of the Black Rage, but then they have no evasion, so then anybody that attacks them in melee will get attacked. Now, the benefit of that also is that if they're being attacked by weaker units and they're not all swarming in on you, if they don't get the kill, then your units with those 5 stacks will do a substantial amount of damage on the counter too. So I think the Death Company, like I said, makes sense, but he just overextended them a little bit more. I think having positioning the Hellblasters a little bit better to snipe down my heroes would have worked better. And now I focused on putting everybody to the right side of the screen, or I guess it would be left side now, because I played this map so many times. I know the accuracy on this left side of the map is stupidly balanced, meaning that even though it looks like it's relatively flat, there's actually several little elevation changes there, and that makes the accuracy of your range shots actually pretty poor when you're shooting up into the area. I've experienced that several times when I'm playing this on the Strategic Command and I'm trying to take that and snipe down his units. So I use that to my advantage, which is why his Hellblasters were having such a hell of a time taking out my guys. Now, he was also trying to focus down the Warbikes, appropriately so, because they're very, very good, especially once you start giving them those 40% extra shots. As you can see, they could really snipe down a lot of guys and do quite a bit of damage, but ideally you'd want to be attacking them when they're not having all their evasion buffed up, and instead focus down the heroes. Now, he was using them as pretty much an improvised explosive device to them detonate in the middle of my army and do a bunch of damage, which makes perfect sense, because, you know, he had already killed 59% of my forces, so he had more than half, he had 2/3 of the way effectively to the victory doing that strategy. And then if I was trying to min-max this, you know, when I had those boys that are just 2 models there and they're a little bit weak, ideally what you'd want to do is pull them back in the map so they don't get killed, because your opponent doesn't get the points for getting the squad wipe until the squad is actually wiped. Now, the downside of that, when you're playing against the Blood Angels, is they can just summon in a assault squad on you, and then that can usually kill them, because if you have a weakened force, they'll do a charge attack, and then the following after that action they get a second action. So they're like the Scarabs, except they still retain their 2 attacks, unlike the Scarab, which only has the 1. So depending if that first attack is a charge attack or not into a rear, that can allow that call-in to take out an enemy, one of your heroes. So it can definitely kill a weird boy. It will probably, if it was double rear attack, it'll kill a war boss. If it's from the front, it may not necessarily. So it all depends. And then you have those crack grenades too, as you could see, allow you to really move in there and get the kills. So good showing of the Invictor Warsuit. Like I said, it's one of the few matches where I actually like it on this, because you're just shooting through fairly low armored, high HP units. This and the demon forces tend to be the most at risk for that. They can sometimes do okay damage against the Tyranids as well, but things that tend to be more heavily armored, it just doesn't seem to have the damage output to make it pay for himself. But kind of a fun matchup. Definitely was way harder than it had to be. If I would have just had a couple of Ludas on here with the Beamy Def Guns, it would have been a total cakewalk. I would have taken out those Predators, and that Invictor Warsuit would have been a no problem situation. But like I said, I just wanted to force myself into playing with a big melee death blob here. So with that, I'm going to sign off for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encouraging to post more content for you. Have a great day.